welcome back again to my YouTube channel, and if you're new, welcome to my YouTube channel. Guys, it's been 8 years since I moved to Germany. Can you guys believe that? I came to Germany in June 2015, so this year makes it 8 years. Can you guys imagine? I can't even believe it. Years run by so quick. Anyway, today I decided to do a totally different videos because I've already done things I love about Germany. I've already learned things to know before moving to Germany. I've done all those videos, and their videos, of course, so many topics revolve there, and I would love to do them again and again and again. But today I decided to do something totally different. I have my dear brother here, and he's going to be asking me random questions, maybe 2 or 3 questions, and I will be answering them. Let's
Ready?
go. Ready, let's go.
Okay. Do you feel you are completely part of the culture?
Yes and no. Now hear me out. No, because once you move in a country, in a different country from your home, you can never ever be 100% part of the culture. There are some things that I will get to accept and respect and learn and be part of them and enjoy, enjoy participating in them and all that. But there are some things, they won't resonate with me, or I wouldn't want to be part of it. I won't just feel them, And
So
it's okay.
let me ask you this.
And it's okay. But there's some things which I won't even know while accepting them. I will easily accept them. Now, the things which I wouldn't be completely in with them, I will still respect them. You guys know?
Like what?
There's some things, even if I don't agree with, I will have to respect. When you move to a different country, you always have to respect their culture, whether you accept it or not. And in my case, not to make it a short answer, in my case, there are some things that I've completely accepted and I love, but there are some things that I've not yet accepted. I don't think I will really ever get used to, but I respect totally.
Give an example. Things that you see that don't allow you to be fully integrated into this culture.
Like the way families live, totally different from our country. When I was new in Germany, there was another lady I really grew to respect and have so much love for. And she was telling me that because I had one of her nieces call her by her name, and then I was wondering, why I call you by your name? And then he said, yeah, in Germany you can call anyone. Like now my son calls you Tony. Mm-hmm. But in Kenya, this doesn't sit well completely. That nobody accepts that. You understand? So things like that, because
there's I know that an uncle that I call by his first name.
Yeah, but rarely, Tony.
No,
rarely,
all the time.
Rarely.
Fact,
Uncle Martin, najua naongelelea Uncle Martin. But rarely, very rarely.
Yeah.
Here in Germany, a lot of people call their aunties and their uncles by their name and not uncle or auntie. Of course, when they are communicating with you, they will say my uncle so-and-so. But when you hear them talking to each other, they refer to each other with the first name. So that is something that I think I never really got used to. Also another thing, smoking anywhere, anyhow. Smoking anywhere, anyhow. This is something that I was never used to. In Kenya, you don't see people walking around and smoking. You understand? Even in university, people where they are already grown, you don't see people getting breaks to go and smoke just anyhow. You understand? But here, you find people smoking everywhere, even walking and smoking, train stations, ladies, men, every person. And this is something that I respect, but I don't think it's a good thing.
I see I see that I think there's some things that if you really thought about it in Kenya that you wouldn't like about the culture, right? So, but you still consider yourself completely part of the Kenyan culture.
Yeah, because I'm Kenyan, and that's why I said there's some things that these things that I've told you I don't sit right with me in Germany. The Germans themselves are already used to that because that's part of their culture. That's something that they grew up seeing, so it's a norm to them. You understand?
But that's what I'm saying with this Kenyan in Kenya. You see, maybe you grew up there and you're used to him. You might not even recognize the difference. Slowly, as you get used to a different culture, different region of the world, then you might go back and see differences you didn't recognize and notice before.
Yeah.
So like, and then once you recognize those things that you might not like about Kenya, you might say, I don't like that.
Yes, actually they are. Should I give you an example of something that I never ever saw as a bad thing, but until you move and experience something else, and then you start saying, no, I was used to something that was wrong. You understand? Grown-ups, when growing up, we are taught to not talk back to our elders. No matter what they do, you don't talk back at them. You understand? They could tell you things that don't sit right with you, but because you see that as respect, just avoiding talking about that, you keep quiet. You understand? But since I've been here, I've grown to to speak back, even if it won't sit right with some people. I will speak my Meinung. I will say my opinion. If an elder tells me something and it doesn't sit right with me, I will respectfully tell them that I don't like it. Unlike before I couldn't, I learned it's okay to just talk back and say your opinion. Sometimes you have to demand for respect in a respectful way, even from people who are older than us. So that's one thing that I grew up knowing was okay until I moved here, and really in my mind it registered, oh, this thing was never right, but because I grew up seeing that, I saw it as a norm.
So let me ask you next question.
Next question.
Has your definition of what you define, what you see, what you consider to be the definition of respect, has that changed since you've met new people, come to different places in the world?
Yeah.
Compared to how you saw it, how you defined it when you were in the birth country?
Absolutely. And a good example is what I just told you.
Yeah.
We are raised in a different way, which I really love, but there are some things I didn't realize were wrong until I moved here.
So apart from respecting your elders, what does respecting your elders mean in Kenya? So when you were living in Kenya, right? You knew what respect was defined as in that culture, right?
Yes.
And did you ever second guess it? Did you ever say maybe if someone, even if they're older, if says something wrong, you shouldn't always have to accept it, or you shouldn't just stay quiet and accept it without question? Did you ever second guess that?
When I was in Kenya?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, before you moved here.
No, I always thought, because that's how I grew up. I never thought it's something wrong.
You never stepped outside that and looked at it from,
No.
So now that you are outside it, how long did it take, or when did you at what point did you start questioning it?
It didn't take that long, It didn't take that long because I saw people were interacting with each other, how they live, and also that's why it's very important to just really pay attention in every place you go. See how they live, and don't just take everything they live. Don't just go changing your ways just because you saw how people live. Really think about it. So that's something that I really I really got to see over and over and over how people interacted here, and I really loved it. And that's why even my son, I allow my son to talk, to say his opinion, you know. Whereas in Kenya, that will be considered disrespectful for a child to talk back to their elders. You know, if I do something wrong, my son, as young as he is allowed to tell me, no, Mama, I didn't like this and this and this. This didn't make me feel good. I don't like it, you know. But in Kenya, it's very difficult. You wouldn't find people doing that that often. So of course it changed. I got to change with time. It was difficult. Of course, when you grow up knowing something, to change it isn't that easy. But right now, am I able to talk back? Yes.
So what you're saying is here is how they define respect is being able to question and speak your mind when it comes to your elders.
No, I didn't say that's what respect is defined here. I just said in Kenya, talking back to an elder is considered disrespectful.
Yes, we
you
know
understand?
that. So
But here it's considered natural. It's considered a normal thing. You understand? To speak your opinion, to say your opinion, to speak your mind, whether it hurts others or not, as long as you know what you're saying and it's the truth. You know, it's okay to oppose. If someone does something that doesn't sit right with you, it's okay to speak up. And that's something that is considered disrespectful in Kenya. You understand?
And why, if you know, a lot of obviously you should be able to, whether young or old, you should be able to you know, have a conversation and be, you know, the conversation be of truth, you know?
Yeah, of course.
So if otherwise it's a conversation that is one way, a conversation that is based on age or based on, you know, based on false, based on whatever the opposite of truth is.
Yeah.
So how come, why do you think that they don't see that in Kenya? Why don't you? Is it the culture that's stopping them, or what is stopping them from seeing that truth should be placed above what your age is?
And let me say something. When I say talking back at an elder in Kenya is considered disrespectful, I don't mean when they lie. You can say something that is very correct, you know, but I have my own opinion, you know. So, or you tell me something, you're not lying, you tell me something, but it doesn't sit right with me, even if it's not a lie.
So you know, for me, when you say talking back in Kenya, I think of, like, for example, as a mother, there's some things that as a child doesn't know, and they just have to have not question you because they don't know the truth yet, right?
Yeah.
So that's why when sometimes they ask why, it's like, just do it and you'll find out, you know, eventually on your own. Like when I picture whenever aunties, anyone, you know, relatives or elders spoke and they said something, they commanded us in a way. It might have been truth, but we didn't, we were too young to, you know, to really like understand it, and so it had to be a command to just do it, and you'll find out eventually on your own, right?
Yeah.
So it's the same. That's how I think of when you say respect your elders, or don't speak back to your elders. Not especially like our age, you know, when we talk to our aunties or grandparents, they we are own, you know, adults now. So not that they can say something and it's false, obviously, even to them, they might not want to believe it, you know, but they're elders, even though we're adults now,
Yeah.
we can't speak back to him, you know?
Yeah.
That I don't know how it is in Kenya right now, but I think
Still the same way.
it might be the same way. But I feel like, like for example, Kinababu, Remy, all those guys, they wouldn't just stand by and let some older person, just speak to them in any way, even though it's clearly not true, right? So I think it's not they don't completely speak back to their elders, but I think it's that in their own way. For example, Remy could be one who speaks his mind. If you're like if you're the adult that says no, this is right, you do this, he just walks away. He he lets you go. Okay, believe what you believe.
Yeah.
But Babu, he'll keep doing it until no, this is right.
Yeah.
This is right.
My little brother Remy, that's what he's talking about him.
So
I have a little brother who he doesn't like arguing. If you say it's right and he tells you it's not and you want to argue, he will just walk away. But the other brother, Babu, he will speak up. He will say his opinion.
So yeah, Remy and Katoto, right?
Yeah.
So those are two examples. Those are two individuals that are their own people, so they react in their own way.
Yeah.
But they don't just say, okay, man, you're the adult, you're the grown up, you're the older than me, so I'll let you say, But I think so. I think that's I don't think that's even culture. I think that's worldwide.
Yeah.
I think it's only in the sense that when it comes to children, how children are.
It's not only about children, Tony.
How?
Trust me, and it's not only in Kenya. In a lot of African countries, you just don't talk back to your elders. You don't.
You almost hesitate, even if you're,
You don't.
Yeah, but
But I will say things have changed now. Things have changed. Yes, there are boundaries, of course, and there are some things. And even if I will say my opinion to my elders, I will say it in a respectful way, So I will say things have changed, but there are still boundaries on how you speak when it comes to speaking to your elders.
I don't even think it's if you put culture, the idea of culture, it makes it complicated because we have to look at different groups of people, I think if we take the idea of culture out and we see it in the sense that these people over here in this part of the world see it this way, and people over here are slightly like on this other side of the spectrum, right? So it's the same spectrum but like different sections of it, right?
You are right.
So there's similarities, but some might be extreme, some might be in the middle, some might be on this side, where children can speak with their minds. There's no number, age, nothing like that.
But I will say still, that's one thing that I got to really put into practice when I came to Germany. You understand? Did I ever think about it when I was in Kenya? I should talk. Yes, I did. Did I do it? I wouldn't say I did it the way I do it now. I will do it now. You understand? If I raised my son in Kenya, would I still be putting that into practice? Probably yes. But now that I'm raising him here, even when we go to Kenya, I will allow him to talk his opinion, even to others. I wouldn't allow my son to just keep quiet just because he has to respect so and so. As long as he's being respectful and he knows his boundaries, then go ahead. Yeah.
This whole conversation, I still don't know if we have the same agreement on what the idea of respect is.
What is respect to you, Tommy?
What is respect to me?
Define respect.
I believe that respect has been mistranslated in days. and just today, you know, I think that I think it's been mistranslated and it just people put. I think respect. I think is a fact, and I think people have removed the fact and replaced it with ideas.
Okay.
So I think it would be easier for us to not define respect, but define what isn't respect.
Yeah, that's right.
As in,
That makes sense.
so to me, what doesn't fit in the definition of respect is anything that has to do with age, anything that has to do with um, status, anything that has to do with culture, anything that has to do with any categorizing of people or peoples, but it has to do with simply in that sense, you know, when it comes to people, interaction between people, respect has to do with truth, you know, getting down to the truth.
Yeah.
So when two people are having a conversation, it's about getting down to the truth. And let's say you're talking with emotions, which is what people in a lot of people do in our world, you know. We speak with our emotions. When you put emotions into it, it gets heated, right?
Yeah.
And so in the end, it's like speak to me with respect,
Yeah.
you know, or else I'm leaving, you know. That's like the height of emotions, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so I think because it has to do with truth, it's best to use reason instead of emotion.
So do you think we shouldn't define respect shouldn't be defined but felt?
I think it was felt. I think it was felt first, and then it was given a description next, as in this feeling is respect. Maybe it's not even a feeling. Maybe it's an interaction between communities, between, you know, individuals and communities.
Okay. So, my darlings,
what do you think respect is?
I think respect isn't something you can define. It's something that you feel.
It's a feeling.
Yeah.
Emotion.
Yeah. Because how do you know that someone respects you if they don't show it to you?
Why does it have to be shown?
How would you know that I respect you, Tony?
I don't need to know if you respect me. It's
I have to show you.
No.
Why do you think
for
people say respect is earned? How is it earned? How is respect earned?
I don't think I don't think it's earned. I think it's lost. I think respect is for everyone, but you can lose my respect but how you express yourself.
You're right. So for me, I will say respect is something that you feel, you know? And like you said, it's just a name, respect. But what makes it respect then? What makes it the way it is then? How do you know someone respects you? How do you know you respect someone?
I don't think you need to know anything. I think it's, when it comes to this idea of respect, I think it's, you don't need to know when we're talking. We have respect for each other, so we can continue talking. I think the points where respect even comes into question is whether we can have this conversation without you know, negativity, you know.
Yeah,
you know, you don't see me less than you, you don't see me, we're
Yeah,
not, we don't have to
respect.
be equals, we don't have to be, you know,
That's
but we're
respect.
just trying to, you know, communicate.
Yeah. So you guys, my darlings,
Hey bro,
what is respect to you? Tell me what respect is to you in the comment section.
Babu, let's hear what you have to say, man.
Yeah.
You're always talking about respect. Let's hear in the comments. Hey, how do you like the winter weather here in Germany?
That's at the third question. Listen, I only like winter when I'm inside the house, when I see the snow falling outside, that's something that I love. Do I love it when I'm going outside to work every single day in -4 degrees? No, I don't. What are my best weather here in Germany? I love spring because I love seeing the flowers bloom. Everywhere is green. You guys can see everywhere is green. I love it. It makes me feel calm. It makes me feel happy, you know? And also summer. Spring,
So you
summer.
you experience all the 4 seasons.
Yes, there is of course winter, spring, summer, autumn. Yeah.
Okay. Like the winter.
You don't like winter? Why don't you like
I came
winter?
here- I came in the winter time. I think December. So beginning or like towards, you know, early winter, right? No snow.
Yes.
And it was cold. And there was
Dry wind.
dry wind, and it was like the sun wasn't coming out until around this time.
Yeah.
So I came for what, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
2 weeks, no sun, no. Man, it was so depressing, man. So I'm never coming. Imagine I left a beautiful country,
Spain,
to come to. I mean, Germany is beautiful, right? But
yeah.
winter is not for me here.
No?
No snow. I didn't even get to enjoy that.
Yes.
And no sun for 2 weeks. I've never experienced that before.
And can you imagine? I was told that it has gotten better. Before it was really
Yeah,
cold,
I heard.
really cold.
Yeah, this guy told me that it used to snow like very, you know,
Yeah.
it was always gonna snow, but now it's on and off.
Yeah.
But no.
You don't like it?
Ooh,
Which do you
no.
like it now?
Yeah, spring is nice, you know, it's enjoyable.
Yeah. Look, he's even wearing a vest. That's
Oh,
how
this
much.
I wore this in the winter in Spain, you know. I wore this in the winter of Kenya, in the winter of, you know, places
Yeah.
I've been, you know. So something I'm used to. But having to wear a big jacket, it was
Not for
okay,
you.
You know, it was warm, but just the sun, man. I like the sun, you know.
Yeah.
It's very enjoyable,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's it.
We are sun kids.
We're sun kids, yeah.
Yeah.
People of the sun.
Now, I'm going to ask you. You have been in Germany for quite some time. You visited for some time. It's not your first time. Tell me one thing that you've really grown to love about Germany.
Oh my God, let me tell you.
Tell me. Tell me. All these questions were supposed to be mine, but now I'm asking him. Tell me.
What I've grown to love about Germany?
Yes.
I've been here for what, a few days? I don't know.
Yeah, but you have been here. It's not your first time. So
Yeah,
is there
but-
one thing that you really see and you say, oh man, I love this thing about Germany?
It's like falling in love, you know. If I come here, if I see something like that just attracts to me, then yes. But I haven't seen something yet.
No?
I haven't stayed here long enough, you know. I
Yeah,
have to
but
phone,
you have stayed here for 1 month last year.
That's not long enough.
You have stayed here for a
year
couple
ago,
of weeks,
you know,
and now.
a year ago, I feel like it's changed since I've been here.
So there isn't something that you've gotten to love.
Everywhere in the world, there's no difference between over here or over there. People everywhere are nice.
So there isn't one thing that really stood out for you.
No, it's just people, you know, people that have their own experiences in different parts of the world. The only difference is the part of the world they're in.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, you didn't answer my questions, but you answered it your way. Anyway, so tell me, would you ever consider moving to Germany and living long term?
What do you mean long term?
Like for more than a year? For it to be your second home, that is.
It depends on what I'm doing.
Do you think for a country to be your second home, you have to live there for long?
No.
No?
If you take a liking to it, if you buy a home there, then even if it's your vacation home, it's your second home. Kenya, I don't go there that much. Once a year, it's still my first or second home.
Yeah. So back to my question, will you ever consider moving to Germany and living here?
It's about reason. If I have a reason to.
So you would consider doing it?
Yeah, it's, anywhere. If I have a strong enough reason, I'll move to Alaska. I'll move to the North Pole.
He's a traveling
I'll move
guy.
to the moon.
He is always traveling, always moving around. My darlings, this brings us to the end of this video. Let me know in the comment section what you think of this video. If you live in Germany, what makes it your second home or your first home, whatever you consider it? What do you love about Germany? What have you grown to learn? Tell me what cultural shocks you've had since moving to Germany. And tell me if you will consider retiring here or you will consider going back to your home country and retiring there. That's it for today, and I will see you on the next one. Ciao!